Welcome back, oddballs and MMA fans all around the world, to the Oddass podcast. We're your hosts, Taylor and Jason, and today we're going to get straight into it with these UFC 318 recaps. Taylor, why don't you walk us through some of these, man?
318, baby. What a beautiful card. Louisiana really put on this time, but yeah, it was Dustin Poirier's retirement card with Max Holloway fighting for the BMF.
The whole card was a BMF fight.
BMF fight, man. Every single one of them. It was amazing.
Another.
And as you remember last time, we kind of tallied up a score based on our bets for this card, and Jason kind of put it on me. I'm not gonna lie. It was 5-2 by the end of it. Yeah. So at the end of this episode, we're gonna try to redeem me.
Running up my bag. That's what the children are saying nowadays. I am running up a bag.
That is what they say. I've heard it.
I'm gonna keep it a stack with you.
Okay. All right.
Learned that one from my nephew.
That one's interesting. I've never heard that
I'm
one.
gonna keep it stacked. It means like, hey man.
A stack is that one word?
This is like legit. Like what I'm about to tell you is for real, bro.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right.
I'm gonna keep it a stack with you.
I mean, if you say it like that, I believe you.
That's
100%.
how it goes.
Yeah. Well,
let's get right after it, man. Marvin Vettori versus Brendan Allen. What'd you think, man?
Man, that was a beautiful fight. It was a beautiful fight. It's not exactly how I thought it was going to go. I thought Brendan Allen was going to be a little more smart, but tempers were flaring in that fight ever since that casino brawl they had.
Filled with emotion.
So I just feel like Brendan Allen was letting his emotions get the best of him, and he was walking into punches from Marvin Vettori. And I mean, he took a lot of them, and as did Marvin Vettori. But at the end of the day, Brendan Allen got it done.
I thought that was a beautiful fight, man. I thought that, you know, those were all of the factors that you want to fight to have, hate and resentment. Even though they don't actually hate each other, it was a very strong dislike for each other. And they let it be known that they did not respect each other. And that fight it looked like two men fighting that did not respect each other. It was, I wouldn't say blow for blow. Brendan Allen definitely won a clear decision. And it was more than slightly overpowered Marvin Vettori in the stand-up and the grappling and the clinch. Everywhere the fight went, Brendan Allen seemed to just be a step ahead.
Well, it was a favorite of the night, obviously. It was fight of the night by the UFC. So I thought it was more Kevin Holland fight of the night.
100%.
But that's just me. I could still see them giving it to them. I just, whatever. You don't always get what you want.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Man. Yeah, that was a bunch of horse shit.
Yep. But up next, we got Kyler Phillips versus Vinicius Oliveira. We both said Vinicius Oliveira, and we were both correct.
Yeah, what a stud.
Man, that was amazing. He just walks at him with his hands down. I mean, he fought like a wild animal.
Throws with reckless abandonment comes to mind.
Yeah, I've never seen someone throw with more reckless abandonment, actually.
I mean, just walked forward and threw heavy bombs and overpowered Kyler Phillips in the stand-up. You could kind of tell that it's not really that Kyler didn't want to be in there, but he was just like, man, what's this guy made of? You know?
I mean, dude, Kyler did great. You can't take anything
away
from
100%. But it looked on his, like, while he was fighting in the end of the second, the third round. It was like, what is this guy made of, man? Like, where did they find this flipping dude?
No, for real. I mean,
it's wild.
That dude was like the Terminator fighting. I mean, he was just walking towards him, throwing himself so hard, he was falling on the ground.
So we had an all-out brawl in Brendan Allen versus Marvin Vettori, BMF material. Vinicius Oliveira and Kyler Phillips. Vinicius was a BMF on this night. I'll tell you that. Went out there and just threw down with Kyler Phillips. Let's move it on.
Up next, we got Michael Johnson versus Daniel Zellhuber. Man, no one saw this coming except my guy Jason here.
One man.
One man.
House.
Whole world.
Whole world. Nobody thought but one man in this house. Michael Johnson wins every time.
He did say it. He said that. Man, it was crazy. I couldn't believe I was watching what I was watching, man. I mean, Daniel Zellhuber had everything going for him to win this fight. And Michael Johnson's speed just got to him, man. He couldn't do anything with it. Couldn't get out of the way.
The experience, man. The experience that he's got. seemed to be more useful in this fight than the youth in Daniel Zellhuber. His counters were on point, even his straightforward attacks. That fight shows you. Kyler Phillips should watch that fight. I mean, Kyler Phillips would probably roll me up. There's no probably about it. Kyler Phillips rolled me up in a ball and stick me in a trash can, all right? I'm not actually being disrespectful, but I'm just saying Michael Johnson versus Daniel Zellhuber is the fight you want to watch if you want to see how a shorter opponent gets into distance and crosses that range and that void to a taller, potentially more powerful opponent. You know, that entire fight was textbook 101 grit and just that's what it is. When you're a shorter opponent fighting a taller opponent, you have to be willing to take shots like Michael Johnson was willing to take in order to cross that distance and deliver the 2 or 3 to Daniel Zellhuber.
Oh man, those body shots were nasty. He was throwing at
awesome to watch.
Yeah, it was. And this fight and Michael Johnson winning it set a precedent for the rest of the night of older guys beating the younger guys.
Another BMF fight
happened over and over and over again tonight. Man, it was beautiful though. I love to see Michael Johnson win, even though I got that one wrong. I said Daniel Zellhuber. It was still a great loss. It was a tasty loss. It was like sugar-coated loss.
100%, bro.
But up next, we got Dan Ige versus Patricio Pitbull. And neither one of us saw that one coming.
I didn't see that coming at all.
Based on his last fight, we thought he was going to get ran through by 50K Ige. By 50K Ige.
Hey, he's a dog. He shows up on 3 minutes notice to fights. You know, so I wasn't going to pick against Dan Ige. I really felt 50-50 about this fight. It's not that I didn't care about this fight. I thought this fight was going to be a little more than what it was. It was still a good fight. It was a good fight to watch, unlike some of, the one that he had before that we discussed in the last podcast. But Pitbull showed up and showed why he belongs in the top 10 in the UFC.
Yeah, even though I didn't pick him to win, I'm glad that he did because now I'm excited to watch his fights. I mean, he put on a real show.
100%.
Against Dan Ige.
Good for him.
Yep. Up next, we got Kevin Holland versus Daniel Rodriguez. Broke my little heart.
I'm trying to tell you, dog. Hey, but D-Rod showed up and put on, dude.
Bro, that was BMF a little bit, man. I mean, that dude.
Not a little bit. Kevin Holland's a BMF. We'll discuss
okay,
this
yeah, you're right.
bit.
Kevin Holland being
D-Rod's
a BMF.
a BMF.
That's a good point.
They just want to show up and throw down and get paid and go home. I mean, we're talking about two absolute units that, although D-Rod seemed to dominate in the fight, like Kevin Holland had his moments. And I know he got beat up. He lost the fight, clearly lost the fight, but he wasn't giving up, and he showed us his heart Saturday night.
Yeah, this was my fight of the night, man. The momentum was changing hands every 15 seconds, it seems like.
Great fight. I don't know how that one didn't win fight of the night.
I don't get it either. I mean, another fight was a great fight, but man, this one might be one of my favorite fights of the year so far.
I bet Dana walked back there and told Brendan Allen, Marvin Vettori, listen, if you guys fight like you did at that casino in my octagon, both of you, hey, I'm not going to have to tell you. I'm not gone, Mm-hmm. So I feel like that's probably why Dana was probably like, you know what? Touche, boys. Here's 50, smackaroos.
Yeah, because they squashed it at the end of the fight for sure.
Yeah. Well, that's how you squash it.
And then what happened after that, Jason?
Paulo Costa versus Roman Kopylov happened, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is yet another fight that you picked wrong and I picked right.
That's correct. Like I said at the beginning of this, he beat me 5-2, and this added to that score. Paulo Costa actually beat Roman Kopylov. Man, I did not see it happen, and I haven't seen Paulo Costa really, be on his game lately, so I didn't expect him to come back, but he was back full force.
I mean, he looked like Paulo Costa of old. He was sharp. He was focused. People were worried about his weight cut and all that. I think Paulo Costa generates publicity differently than most fighters do. And I think this was one of his crazy, stupid little shenanigans that he does leading up to a fight where he tries to either make himself look crazy or on drugs. Because I don't know if you saw it or not, folks, but at the pre-fight press conference, he was rocking and, doing all kinds of crazy, abnormal things. I think that's just how Paulo Costa gets down. He's already got a big name, and he knows he's got a name big enough that these media outlets will see it and go, Paulo Costa acts crazy. It'll change betting lines. It'll go through so many different markets, and different people will see it in those different markets, and he generates, eyes like that. And, he looked good, though. He looked great. He looked tough. He looked mean. It was a good fight. It was a BMF fight. Roman Kopylov, the younger dog, coming up in the rankings, trying to steal a position from a long-time, high-ranked contender. And Paulo Costa showed him why that wasn't going to happen,
Yep. Yeah, for sure. I mean, that was a beautiful fight. I mean, the power on those shots from Costa was insane.
It looked very painful.
Dude, it was the accuracy, and it was like just, oh, God.
Roman went home hurting. I promise you. And he was like, dude, yeah, he'll be working out this week, and he's going to go, oh, shit. Oh, that Paulo. That porcina.
Man, them leg kicks and them punches were, Jesus.
Well,
so last but not least, we have Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier. Obviously, this was Dustin Poirier's retirement fight, and we stuck to true UFC fashion by, sending him off with a loss.
100%. Happens every time, just about.
Now, if you'll remember, I chose Dustin Poirier. I wanted to give him a nice.
Sent you off for the loss, too.
Yeah. You didn't have to say that. You didn't have to dig into my heart like that, but it's all right.
Your day will come. Every dog has his day, and you're a dog.
I'm hoping it'll be today at the end of this episode with my picks for the next week.
Don't bet on it.
I'm going to bet on it.
Don't bet on it.
I'm gonna. You know what? Just because you said that, I'm going to bet on it.
A significant amount of cash.
34 cents, actually.
It's not worth my time.
I ain't going to bet you.
Well, I'll tell you what we're going to bet on, or what we already bet on, was Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier. And Max Holloway beat him 4 rounds to 1. One could say 4 rounds to 2. It was a classic BMF, what you think, in your head when you think of BMF showdown. That's what it was. It was a war of attrition. It was 2 men that went in there and tried to take a little something from the other man that he'll never be able to get back. Max dropped him in the first. I thought the fight was over at that moment. Dustin showed us his heart right then and there. He stuck his hand down his throat and retrieved his aortic, cardiac system and said, watch it pump, son. And then he just came back to life. He dropped Max, I believe, one time. Max dropped him another time. I mean, these boys went after it. It was a domination as far as points goes, but both men wore their hearts on their sleeves and gave us a solid BMF fight.
Yeah.
And I'm happy I got to see it.
Yeah, I remember the part with the aorta for sure. But Max Holloway looked great, man. His hands were so fast. I mean,
like lightning.
Like lightning.
Like literal lightning.
Like literal lightning. That sounds like a band name. Southern Rock. Literal lightning.
Copyrighted.
Literal lightning. Let's give a shout out to this week's sponsor, Tim's Tinfoil Custom Fit Protective Devices. We all know those pesky fourth dimensional dwellers like to peek into our reality from time to time in order to steal our life force, irradiate our bodies, and attempt to telepathically communicate with our high officials in an attempt to de-escalate deadly lethal conflict, change way of life for the better, and to redirect the entire existence of humanity from slaving away our lives and to build better futures together in an effort to transcend into our next evolutionary position in the universe. Yeah, those guys. Well, look no further than Tim's Tinfoil Custom Fit Protective Devices. These devices reflect fourth dimension holograms, shadows, gamma rays, microwaves, and virtually anything else that waves at you. The custom tinfoil technology allows for perfect fit around your cranium each and every time, like this. Contact them at Tim's Tinfoil Custom Fit Protective Devices.com for all of your interplanetary, outer realm, apparel and apparel defense. Now, back to the program. But yeah, so man, that was a great card to watch. I kind of had to watch a lot of it on a phone, but
you were working the gig.
Yeah, I was at a little music gig in Charlotte, but we watched it at 3 a.m. driving home. You know, it's whatever. It's just another day, another dollar.
Well, I tell you what. In other news, we've got the homies fighting. He's fighting on August 9th at the Sunny Days Arena in North Versailles, Pennsylvania. Luis Antonio Pena versus Kama Worthy 2. And they've both agreed it's a stand-up fight. It's a stand-up affair. We're not going to the ground. Kama submitted Luis in the UFC back in the day. Not even really back in the day. It was a few years ago. And Luis is a bad motherfucker, though. They're both bad. Kama Worthy's a stud of an individual, and he's a violent person, a mean fighter when he gets in there. And if he lands, dude, it's a problem. Luis, though, he's like a feather, dude. He's like water, like legit. His name's Violent Bob Ross. That's what he looks like, dude. And when he gets in there, he just makes a painting, bro. That's what he does. He makes art. Man, I'm excited for it. If you guys live in the area, you should really go check that out. That will be a treat. Every now and again, we like to give some of these other promotions or athletes that are not in the UFC a little shine. And that is the shine, guys. And let me tell you, you could shine up your little wallet and go get that pay-per-view. Go visit 24/7 Fighting on Facebook. Or look up Luis Antonio Pena or Kama Worthy on Facebook or any type of social media, and you'll find a link. If you're around, go watch that fight. That fight will be good. The card looks pretty great. I don't know a whole lot of people on them. The records look great. So go give those guys a little love if you ain't got nothing going on August 9th. Doors open at 6. The fights start at 7. Don't be late, folks. How about on to the next thing. At the end of that heartbreak for you when Max rolled up Dustin Poirier and sent him out, rolled him up in the wood. Yeah. Rolled him up in the wood and smoked him and sent him on his way.
He did. As he does.
Yeah. Well,
as one do.
As he did, in fact, do this, he also asked at the press conference for rankings. Official ones.
BMF rankings.
Correct.
Okay.
And some people don't like the BMF. Are you a fan of the BMF?
Oh, hell yeah.
I love the BMF because it's fun, right? And there's so many purists in the MMA fans are fickle, as is. Most combat sports fans are. But there's a bunch of purists that just don't agree with the BMF belt being there. And understandably that, so that it doesn't need to be there. I understand that. But maybe you want it. Maybe some people don't want it. I want a little fun every now and again. If you guys pay attention, this isn't necessarily the most purest of sports. Following and attention has a lot to do. If you can take a following and attention with great performance and wrap that up in a ball, dude, you can be fighting for a belt pretty quickly in MMA.
For sure. I mean, look at what Conor McGregor's done. I mean, there's something to be said for making a persona for yourself and making yourself entertaining, but also just being a bad motherfucker along the way.
100%.
I think that's what this was born from.
100%. Well, I'll tell you what, man. I've made some rankings, and I'd like to share them. And if you guys have some rankings of your own, we'd like you guys to comment down below and tell us your BMF rankings, and we'd like to discuss it with you. We're two engageable individuals. We'll get on there and chat with you guys and talk with you about it. But as my champion, obviously Max Holloway, he's got the belt. At number 1, we have Ilia Topuria.
Gotta be.
I'm glad you agree, man. Topuria, he's beaten Max. He beat all the other legends. He's got, 2 belts already. Max had 2 belts, He's actually bad as shit because he literally tells you how he's going to annihilate his opponents and then celebrates the week of prior, to annihilating his opponents. And then he goes and delivers on the annihilation of his opponents in the annihilationally way he said he was going to annihilate them.
Yep.
And that's why you're the baddest motherfucker if you're Ilya Topuria. You are at number 1 on my list.
I'm with you.
Number 2, we have Dan Hooker. He literally, all right, a lot of people would say Justin Gaethje here, right? And I wouldn't necessarily argue with you on that. This is an opinionated topic, created by the fans for the UFC. That's kind of how this BMF thing works, guys. So at my number 2, Dan Hooker, because he literally had a broken arm and beat his opponent with his broken arm to a decision win in Jalen Turner.
That'll do it. That'll make you BMF all day long.
This is one of my favorite fights. You guys, do yourselves a favor, all right? This last episode, we told you what not to do, what fights not to watch. This episode, look up Dan Hooker versus Jalen Turner and tell me that's not one of the best fights you've ever seen. All right? Do that. Not only that, we got Gaethje at 3 because he had the BMF belt, but, lost to Max. Max has defended the BMF belt. He went on to lose to Ilya, but he came back and beat Dustin Poirier on his way out. And I think that, Gaethje and Hooker need to fight for the interim BMF belt, I guess. I don't know. That's what I'm hoping to see, though.
That'd be an exciting one.
Man, could you imagine that fight? I think both those men take something from each other they can't get back ever.
Most definitely.
Man. At number 4, we got Volkanovski. Volkanovski's featherweight GOAT, one of them anyways. And, he's a dog in his own right. Came back, won the belt again after Ilya beat him and then moved up to lightweight. And I think that Volk has every right to be on this list as anybody else.
Oh, most definitely, man. Just to stepping up. After everything you've done, you have nothing to prove in this sport. You step up and you do what you did against Islam. And I know he didn't go his way, but man, just the step up in general.
I mean, on short notice bro. Against the great dude. In my opinion, Islam's one of the GOATs. He's gonna make him if he can beat Jack Della Maddalena and just get 1 or 2 more wins. He's one of the greatest of this generation anyways. And maybe not of all time, right? But this generation, he's definitely one of the greatest. If not the greatest, in my opinion.
For sure.
At number 5, we have Charles Oliveira. Walks forward like a zombie and applies pressure and just beats his opponents at their own game sometimes. And he's just nasty with it. He's got machetes for elbows and pickaxes for knees, and he puts those things to work, bro. Slice and dice.
Yeah, Charles Oliveira is tried and true. I mean, he's gone through the fires of the UFC, and he's taken the losses, and he's taken the knockouts, and he's come on the other side, and he became champion.
Man. Big time deal, too. Charles was so fun to watch when he was champion.
Yeah.
He didn't give a shit, bro. He'd show up in some slick-ass tuxedo, bro. Walk in there with his glasses on, walk out there like this with his chest out, remember? Uh-huh. Get right up in they shit like this. Yeah, what? I'm Charles Olives, baby. What you gonna do about it? Charles Olives. You're gonna have to see me out there in that thing, boy. Baby boy. Yeah, I'm Charles Olives, baby.
That's exactly how he talks.
At number 6, I've got Kevin Holland. Shows up anywhere. He'll fight anyone at any time. Does not care where, who, or how. Will fight good guys or bad guys in and out of the octagon. It doesn't matter. He does not care. He will fight you. He's a fighter's fighter. And I have him at number 6 on my list.
Love that guy.
Followed by Michael Morales. He's like a lightning fast Jason Voorhees. I don't know how else to explain him. He's like a hitman that the UFC call, and they give him a date and a time, and he shows up and he murders someone while we view it for our entertainment, and then he accepts payment upon exit from the facility. And that's what Michael Morales does.
I'd say that's a fair assessment.
Although young in the game yet and a lot to prove, he's on my list at number 7.
I mean, dude came out of nowhere and is already up there.
A murderer.
Among the ranks.
A murderer.
A straight up murderer.
In the highest degree.
For sure, dude.
At number 8, Diego Lopez. The way he came in and fought Movsar. Yeah. That's another great fight you guys should go watch. Movsar versus Lopez. When Movsar's on this tear, still is on the same tear, by the way. But, and Diego comes in on, I think, days' notice, bro. Maybe a day's notice. I can't remember exactly the details, but it was a very short time. And gave that dude a run for his money. I mean, a dog in Diego Lopez made it to the title, fought Volk for the title upon Volk's return, and he fell short. But, I mean, he's always in exciting, fun, barn burner, violent fights.
Yeah, dude. What always impresses me about him is how he can be so active fighting nothing but monsters. I mean, he came straight into the UFC fighting the top guys, and he's like every 2 months,
he's
like,
about it, bro.
Yeah, dude.
That's why
it's like he just loves to fight. I don't know if he feels like he's late to the party, but he's catching up.
A true bad motherfucker in his own right.
For sure.
Top 10 BMF. At number 9, one of your boys, actually, Gene Silva.
Oh, dude, he's one of my favorite. He's one of my favorite fighters in the UFC right now, man. He's so exciting. And he's just got a presence to him, man, that someone's going to lose their life around him.
Man, I love that guy.
Me too, man.
Every time he fights, bro, I'm like, I'll try and tell people that don't even watch fighting. I'm like, nah, dude, you want to see this shit. You got to see this guy fight.
When I went to UFC X in Vegas last month, he was the person I was probably most excited to see, man.
100%.
When I got to see him in person, man, I was like, he's really short, actually.
I'd have kept my distance. That dude looks like he'd fucked with you.
Yeah, he'll take a leg off.
Yeah, dude. Nah, bro, I'm good. I'll stay right. I'll give you a fist bump, click, and then go right back doing what I'm doing, dog.
Yeah, he looks like he bites.
Probably does.
Mm-hmm.
At number 10, the OG, the original BMF, George Masvidal. Gamebred, held the title, and had a nasty performance doing so. He doesn't do great against wrestlers. Most BMFs don't. Who gives a shit? Stop hating on him because he's old. He had the title. He beat he beat the hell out of him, Nate Diaz. And I mean, kicked that man. He was halfway down. Like, it looked like somebody hit that dude in the head with a shovel or something. And I mean, Nate started coming back at the end, but guys legitimately had half a freaking eyebrow. And, at number 10, George is coming back into the testing pool. A lot of people say, you can't say that because he's not in the UFC. Bullshit. He's in the testing pool. And he does have fights on his UFC contract. And he is planning a return. So at number 10, I have Gamebred. And by the way, if he can come back and do something magical, he goes up that list a lot.
Oh, for sure. People like George Masvidal and Nate Diaz, walked so these new BMFers could run.
I love the way you put that. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what
I mean. I don't think there would even be the idea.
Nick prior to them. And,
True.
You could say Anderson Silva, the way he trash talked his opponents. Even back to Don Fry back in the Pride days, not giving a shit, being the ultimate American and just clinching with opponents and just hooking each other to death.
Man, I love watching those. Those never get old.
Man.
Never get old.
Yeah, a whole lot of BMFers paved the path that these guys have it today, and I'm here for it.
Me too, man. Me too. So, you guys make your own BMF rankings. Put them in the comments, and we'll compare notes, and we'll tell you why you're wrong.
That's exactly what we'll do.
Yep.
And if you're right, we're not going to tell you if you're right either, because we're MMA fans and we're all fickle as shit.
Yep. We'll talk about it amongst each other, and you're wrong.
That's what's going to happen.
That's right.
Well, guys, UFC on ABC is live and in your face on ESPN Plus this Saturday at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're really excited for it. We're going to tell you guys our picks, go through our picks. We're going to tally them up just like how we did the last time, and on the next week's podcast, we'll tell you how we, you'll probably see because you'll be watching and hearing this. So you'll already know, but we're going to keep a tally of this thing and see who knocks it out. So, Taylor, why don't you start with your picks?
Yeah, man. I really love these 12 o'clock cards. I try to stay up extra late the night before so I can wake up with my coffee and watch the prelims. Man, it's so nice. But we're going to start with my pick, and that's going to be Bryce Mitchell. Okay? Bryce Mitchell versus Said Nurmagomedov. I got to take Bryce Mitchell. That's my guy.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother is right. Not to say Said Nurmagomedov is not a boss. He could totally do it, but I just feel like they're good in the same places. They have the same skill set. And if I'm going to, throw a toss-up, I'm going to pick the guy I like, and that's Bryce Mitchell. As controversial as he is, I know a lot of people want to see him lose. I'm not one of them.
Hey, I've got no quarrel with that. I'd go fishing with Bryce Mitchell or probably Said Nurmagomedov as well, who I will pick as for my pick this week. And that's because I believe Said Nurmagomedov possesses the striking capabilities that Bryce Mitchell's maybe not. He's not got so much of. Let's just put it like that. Of course, he'd whip my ass, but I'm not Said Nurmagomedov. So that's whose ass he needs to worry about whipping right now, not mine. Bryce Mitchell's coming down a weight class. The first time in 10 years that he's come down to bantamweight. That's a long time. And his body's attuned and used to having that extra, muscle and weight on him. So we'll see what happens, man. I think that Said's lower leg kicks will help him get inside and, slow Bryce down. At some point in time, usually Bryce, when he gets hurt, he puts himself in vulnerable positions with his head down and his arms down. And the thing that worries me is Said is such a nasty competitor in the arts of grappling. He'll latch on to any type of choke, a front head choke or, a standing arm and neck choke or, he's just really adept in that particular department. So I'm going to take Said Nurmagomedov by decision or by submission. And I'm not going to call what round. I think Bryce Mitchell can get it done. I feel like this is going to be a lot better fight than what people are giving it credit for. But I am unfortunately going to run with Said Nurmagomedov. I think he is going to get the job done.
That is unfortunate.
For your pocket.
No, not my pocket. For your pocket. Honestly, I'm playing catch up right now. I just need to catch back up to where you are. It's 5-2 right now.
Not gonna, dog. I'm all about my bag, bro.
Well, I am gonna.
I'm all about my bag.
I'm all about my bag as well. So
we're gonna find out.
Bet you
we're gonna find out how much you're about your bag. This Saturday night on
ABC.
Holloway, yeah.
All right, up next we got Nikita Krylov versus Bogdan Guskov. And I think I'm going to go for Bogdan Guskov. I really like Nikita Krylov. He's fun to watch fight. But so is Bogdan, and Bogdan's been putting dudes down.
Absolutely. I agree. Bogdan's just such a freaking unit, man. And Nikita Krylov, I wish he would win. It'd be nice if he could pull off the win, but unfortunately in his last outing got knocked out. I think he's come back a little fast for a guy his age. I'd like to see a little more recovery time in between fights. And, you can't stop a fighter from doing what he wants to, so he's going to do what he wants to. He knows better, but unfortunately his opposition is Bogdan Guskov, who is going to check him on that. And when he does, it will not be pretty. I am taking Bogdan Guskov by knockout or TKO.
So we both got Bogdan. Odds makers have Nikita, but we'll see. We'll see if we have just an odd-ass opinion or if we know what the
this
fuck
is the
we're
Oddass
talking about.
podcast.
That's right. Well, Bogdan in 3, baby. Let's go. So up next we got Asu Alamabayev.
Almabayev.
I'm going to try that again. Asu Almabayev versus Jose Ochoa.
It's hard to say some of these names.
Man.
It's so hard to say some of these foreign names.
Man.
Americans are so simple. We've got names like Frank and James and Danielle and Rebecca.
Yep.
Foreigners, Shavkat Rakhmonov.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
That's one there.
Khabib Nurmagomedov.
That's another one.
I mean, man. And that's not even his whole name. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah, I've seen. He's got like, what, 5?
It's like a freaking 7-word. It's like a sentence. It's not even a name. It's just a sentence, dude.
Well, I got to go for Asu because I don't bet against Kazakhstan. Never choose against Kazakhstan. I mean,
Rightfully so.
They have never let me down. I don't think I have ever voted for Kazakhstan to win a fight and lost a bet on that. So I'm going to stick with my tradition of sticking with my Kazakhs.
Well, I am going to go with your opposition, Jose Ochoa. I've just got a feeling. I've got a real good feeling about this guy. I think Almabayev's kind of dog shit.
What?
I think Almabayev I don't think he's the best fighter. Maybe he's going to prove me wrong.
Okay, well, 21-3 says otherwise. But
He fuck on me, dude. I'm not saying he wouldn't. I'm not saying he wouldn't. I'm just saying I don't see that dude.
you call me us? You call
Yeah,
me
dude,
us?
exactly. Like, I don't want to fight the guy. I'm just calling it how I see it. He can call me a shit podcaster. I don't give a fuck.
That's true.
So fuck him.
That is true.
But I think he's gonna. Lose this fight. Okay. I don't think he fights very well.
Okay.
I think he fights a lot better than me, and I'd never like to fight him. But I think that Jose Ochoa does the job. I don't know why Almabayev's in the UFC. Watch him win. Watch him win now that I've talked all this shit.
I'm gonna clip
I just
this
don't
and
think he's gonna, dude. I think Ochoa is gonna do the job. I don't know how it'll be done, but I think he'll get it done.
Well, the odds makers have it a toss up. I think Jose Ochoa is gonna get tossed up. So I disagree. Up next, we have Shara Magomedov versus Marc-Andre Powerbar Barrio.
Yeah, man. I'm leaning towards Shara on this one, man.
Oh, yeah, me too. I got Shara, the Pirate Magomedov, all day long. I think he's going to be too fast for Marc-Andre. I think he's just going to be sticking and moving. He's going to be bouncing around.
He's going to be way faster than Mark.
Like a Tasmanian devil.
Yeah, 100%.
And Marc-Andre, I mean, he walks forward and he takes some shots, but I think you're only going to take so many from Shara Magomedov, even though the Pirate did show us that he is, in fact, human on his last fight.
Yeah, he did.
He was struggling.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I feel like Mark has the power advantage in this situation, and the clear path to victories for both fighters seem like for Shara, he needs to keep it at range, at his kicking range, and throw what Nick Diaz would call some spinning shit.
Spinning shit indeed.
Yeah, he needs to throw long, rangy shots, pick him apart from the outside, and when he sees his opposition in some form of danger, capitalize on that moment right then and there. Marc-Andre Barrio, while at his twilight end of his career, he's also a dog, man. He really is. He's a tank of an individual. He might be slower. He's got a lot of power. You don't want that guy closing in range, closing out the octagon and clinching you up against the fence and landing those knees and elbows and hooks and uppercuts on you, man. This guy hits like a train, man. So I'm going to take Shara in this one. He's the up-and-comer. To all those purists out there that, we were talking about earlier, this is a prime example of let's give a veteran to a young and up-and-comer, and this isn't Zell Huber versus Michael Johnson. This is Marc-Andre Barrio had, if I'm not mistaken, hundreds, if not over 100 kickboxing fights prior to even coming to UFC.
Dang.
So he's got a lot of wear and tear. I'm glad he won his last fight. I hope he wins this one. I don't see him getting it done.
Yeah, me neither. Love the guy. Great to watch fight. But I don't think this is a good matchup for him. Up next, we got Petr Yan versus Marcus McGee. I got Marcus McGee all day. Love watching Marcus McGee fight.
I knew you were going to take Marcus.
You knew it. Dude, it's just like you and Michael Johnson, man. He's the underdog, but I can't vote against him, man. I just love watching that guy fight. And I support him 100%. I like Petr Yan too. He's a beast. He's very fast, but I think Marcus McGee has probably double the power that Petr Yan has.
You know what this is? This is the bantamweight BMF fight.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
Yep.
Yeah, Petr Yan, he's been the BMF in the bantamweight division for quite some time. Former champion, has beaten all kinds of legends. And, you know, Marcus McGee, an up-and-comer who wants to take that position. Petr Yan's different, though. While Marcus McGee definitely has, in my opinion, an extreme power advantage, I feel like Petr Yan is one of those fighters that, you know, most fighters, when they're fighting in a 5-round fight and a 3-round fight, they'll fight different. In a 5-round fight, they'll conserve their energy and try and be able to last all 25 minutes if need be. And in a 3-round fight, they'll come unglued a little bit. Petr Yan's not that guy. He'll pick it up in those 5-round fights and fight just like it's a 3-round fight. And in a 3-round fight, he's going to fight like there's like Dan Hooker's 1-minute backyard fights, bro. He's coming straight in for business like a laser-guided missile. All right, so I'm going to take Petr Yan just because he's the OG. He's been at the top forever. I'm not doubting Marcus McGee. I wouldn't bet on this fight whatsoever. And, I mean, the odds are pretty heavy in favor for Petr Yan, and semi-understandably so, being that Marcus McGee has only beaten Jonathan Martinez in his rise to this occasion. And I'll tell you what, that's not a good enough reason for me to think that he can get through Petr Yan. Close fight. Marcus can definitely win in more ways than one, but I'm going to have to take Petr Yan in this one.
All right. Yeah, probably couldn't bet against Petr Yan on this either. It would be good with my belief in Marcus McGee to bet on this with the plus 300, you know. But Petr Yan's a beast, man. It's hard to say, but Marcus McGee is who I got for this 100%. But now we enter to the main event, which is Robert Whittaker versus Renier de Ridder. And this one's a very interesting matchup. Renier de Ridder is 6'4".
Ritter.
I sound like Twista. So yeah, he's 6'4", fighting Robert Whittaker, who's 6 foot. Now Robert Whittaker has straight up been a champion, okay? So he's been here before. He's fought all the 6'4" guys. He knows what's going on. Renier de Ridder has just been looking very impressive, dude. I've bet against him in every fight that he's had, and he has proved me wrong every time.
Every time.
So while I'm reluctant to bet against Renier de Ridder, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to say Robert Whittaker.
Man, I know Robert Whittaker's got that supreme karate style, that jumping in and out and feints, you know, working his way through, throwing crazy kicks and really, really, really fancy shit, you know. The problem is Renier de Ridder, in my opinion, is he's tall. Obviously, he's tall. That's factual. But in my opinion, he fights better against shorter people. Robert Whittaker definitely has the capabilities of darting in and out and back and forth to confuse Renier and land the shots he needs to dispose of him. I just see Renier de Ridder coming over the top of one of those shots, clinching up, giving him a trip, taking him to the down. He's so good at taking the back. And the thing about him is that he does so much better than in Robert's last fight when he got rear naked choke. It wasn't a rear naked choke. It was like what Khabib did to Conor, where he just crushed his face. Mm-hmm. He just sucked the arm over the jaw and the teeth and squeezed hard, dude. And Rainier's not that guy, bro. When he does these chokes, they go under the throat like they were factory made that way. You know what I mean, dude?
Yeah.
They slide in with ease. It's almost rated X material
Jesus
going on when he slides under those dudes' necks.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Yeah, he did. I didn't, but he does a lot. So, Renier de Ridder, I'm going to take him by submission. I don't know what round. I hope Robert Whittaker can get it done. I am a big Reaper fan, man. I hate doing this, call it a sellout. We've got a competition going, a friendly competition. I want to win. He wants to win. he's going to take Robert Whittaker. I'd love to, but give me RDR for the win.
Yeah, man. If RDR gets his hands on him, it's probably over. He's probably going to be a Chimaev situation or something of the likes. But man, I'm really hoping he can use his boxing.
Man, wouldn't it be so dumb? I'd lose the competition if we could see Robert Whittaker get back to a title shot.
Yeah.
I'd be so okay with losing the competition if Robert Whittaker could beat this guy and go on another little 1 or 2 fight win streak and fight for the belt again, dude.
That'd be sick.
My goodness.
Hell yeah.
Well, guys, listen, we hope that you enjoy these videos just as much as we enjoy making them. If you don't mind, give us a like, subscribe, turn the bell icon on, and give us your thoughts in the comment section down below and tell us what you think about the BMF rankings and Luis Pena and Kama Worthy going to battle. Seriously, check that out. That is going to be such a delightful fight to watch and witness. So we thank you for being here. We love you guys. This is the Oddass Podcast, Episode 2. We're out of here, bro. See you guys next time. See you next time.
See you next time.